Good afternoon, sir, and I am Solis Revilla from Section Charlie, and I am the first reporter of Chapter 4, which is the camera. First is the camera. Camera is the light box with the lens to form an image with a shutter and diaphragm to control the entry of the image. A means of holding a film to record the image and a reviewer or viewfinder to show the photographer what the image is. So we are so familiar with camera. So every one of us saw what camera is. Additionally, the viewfinder or reviewer provides immediate feedback to the forensic photographer, ensuring that the image is properly framed and focused, just like in forensic investigations, where clarity and precision are essential for accurate documentation and analysis of evidence. So, camera is very important in criminal investigation because it is part of them. Camera classification. Camera classified as according to first, the size of the film they use or format of a picture they produce. A. Large format cameras. These cameras have bellows and use sheet films in the size of 4 by 15 inches, 5 inches by 7 inches, and 8 inches by 10 inches. Large format cameras are like the big guns of photography. They use sheets of film that are much larger than what you typically find in everyday cameras. These cameras use film sheets that come in sizes like 4 inches by 5 inches, 5 inches by 7 inches, or even 8 inches by 10 inches. In forensic photography, where every detail matters, these large format cameras used really handy for getting super clear and precise images for evidence. Next is the medium format camera. Some of these cameras are folding type with bellows and some are rigid body with film size of 120, 220, 70 mm, and the double lens reflex camera fall under this category. So medium cameras are in between small and large ones. Some folds, some don't. They use bigger film, giving clear pictures. The double lens reflex type has two lenses, which is one for looking and one for taking. Next is the small format camera. Those with film size of 120, 110, 35 mm, 16 mm, and 8 mm. Small format camera use smaller film compared to medium and large ones. They come in different sizes like what I've said a while ago, which is the 126, 110, 35 mm, 16 mm, and 8 mm. So, how is it related to forensic photography? So, camera are handy in this small format camera are handy in forensic photography for capturing evidence in tight spaces and close-up details. They are also useful for covert operations and surveillance, offering flexibility and convenience in gathering crucial evidences. So, number two, the viewing or focusing system. A. Those with focusing mechanism at the back of the camera. So, this camera with back focusing mechanism offer precise control for capturing specific details like fingerprints. B. Those with optical viewfinder. Optical viewfinder allows for accurate framing and composition, ensuring crucial details and captured with frames. Number 3, overall design and functions. Camera. A view camera. A is the view camera. For me, view camera is also called as the large format camera. Next one is letter B, which is the system camera. System camera, its rigid body design accepts a wide variety of lenses, viewers, film backs, and accessories, hundreds of them, can be attached or integrated to adapt to specific technical, architectural, astronomical, underwater, and many other kinds of photography. Next is the number 3, which is the overall design and functions. A view camera, also called as the large format camera. Next is system cameras. System camera, this single lens reflex camera is though and can fit lots of different lenses and accessories like science, architecture, and even underwater shot. So, photographer can switch things up and use the camera for whatever they need, whether it's taking picture of tiny bugs or capturing distant stars. Next is the digital camera. So sa system camera, example of this is the SLR camera or the single lens reflex. Next is the digital cameras. Digital camera turns pictures into computer files that can be edited using software like Adobe Photoshop. This also helps investigators enhance and analyze the image to uncover more details or clarifying evidence, helping in investigations and court cases. So, kaning digital cameras, ka example is Adobe Photoshop. Example, ang imong capture is blur. So, pwede nimo siya ma-edit into a clear one if you use the Adobe Photoshop. So, let's move on to the next slide. So the first slide shows the figure 10A, which is the camera evolution courtesy of Eastman Kodak. So kaning first nga naa sa kaning naay line kana siya, which is the camera obscura, which is ang iyahang, so kani siya nga kaning 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, they are the Rigid's body design. So, the obscura, ang iyang function is for protection. Next is kaniyang tapat nga murag battery, kana ganing murag low battery nga na gani. Magazine plate load, which is for the storage. Then next is the medium format single lens reflex for capture mo na iyang function. Then the 126 cartridge loading, para na siya sa loading. Then the daguerreotype 1839 for photography. Then ang roll film or Kodak 1088 kay film mo na iyang mga functions. Then ang twin lens reflex kay for viewing. Then ang 110 cartridge loading kay for insert. Then 35mm 1924 kay for standard, ang iyang standard. Then 35mm SLR kay versatility, then instant print kay immediate. Next is the bellows design. Ang bellows design kay mo ni siyang kaning murag spring gali nga gakuan kana siya mo na siya. Then ang 1839 mo ning pinakauna. 1839 mo na siya pinakauna. Pioneering. Next is the studio, kaning ang tapad for setup. Kaning flat bed view kay portability. Then ang folding press kay compact. Then kaning folding roll pocket kay compact gyapon. Then kaning large format kay para sa detail. Then medium format kay versatility. Then kaning nasa pinakalalom is monorail technical view, which is for the precisions. Muna siya. So let's move on. So this one, it shows the figure 10B photograph of cameras with different format film. So muna siya. Mga large format cameras. Figure 11, the parts of a single lens reflex camera, SLR, courtesy of Nikon Camera Corp. So this is the parts of the camera which we can see. So it's not as clear as what we see, but here, they are the parts of the camera. Two types of digital cameras. First is those with fixed memory. This camera has a limited number of images it can capture. The user will be then forced or download it into computer. So digital cameras with fixed memory have a set storage capacity for images, meaning they can only capture a certain number of photos before needing it to be empty onto a computer. Next is second is those with removable memory. This camera allows the user to load and replace a variety of storage cards in much the same fashion as film as exposed and replaced with a new film. Removable media varies in size, in price, and compatibility with computers and other camera. Camera with removable memory use external storage like memory cards, which can vary in size, cost, and compatibility with different devices. This flexible allow forensic photography to easily transfer large amounts of data between cameras and computers for analysis and storage, enhancing workflow efficiency. So next is the other features of digital cameras. First is the image produced or taken by a digital camera can be viewed in a computer monitor or TV set. For hard copies of such image, a computer printer is used. Number two, a liquid crystal device monitor or the LCD. Digital point and shoot cameras sometimes do not have an optical viewfinder. This camera feature color LCD screen on the camera back one at the that can be swing on the side, which serve multiple duties as viewfinder, control panel, and instant playback monitor. So LCD is the display. So makakita mo sa inyong laptop kana inyong screen mo na siya display. Then kanang front gani sa kuan. Muna sa camera ang front niya where makita nimo ang screen muna siya may display. Next is the flash unit. So flash unit, although generally not necessary but is required for backlight and subjects or in a really low light level. So illumination, flash unit. Kaitan, kuan ka ng ngit-ngit, so imo siyang i-flash. Ingana. Then zoom lens capabilities, wide angle, normal, telephoto, even macro. So ang wide angle imo siyang kuan ka ng overlook sound recording where you can record audio chips such as short description of the image taken or noise in the surrounding area. So that means that ang camera can also do videographing. Removable lens that can see around the corners. So important notes. In forensic photography, the most ideal camera type to use is the single lens reflex, which is the SLR. It is a light in weight, compact, and versatile. It has the capability to interchangeable of lenses and a wide range of accessories can be attached to its body. So, ang SLR daw kay very kuan pod siya kanang recommended pod because of its kanang kakayahan ba. So, next is the method of image formation. First is pinhole. It's a small or tiny hole which produces an image entirely free from distortion, but its image is so dim that it is impractically long even if the fastest film is used. It is also not practical to enlarge the hole for more light because the larger the hole, the more blur is the image. So, kabantay mo na nakuan ka na ganing hole ay pinhole sa kuan camera. So muna siya if padakon nimo ang hole, mas mo blur ang image. Next is the shadow method. Shadow method, image formed by this method is simply the shadow of an object. So we're so familiar with the shadow. So mura na puna siya sa forensic photography. If mo captured ka, makita po nimo ang shadow sa things nga imong gi-picture. Next is the lens method. This is the method of image formation because it is capable of forming a sharp image even with a large opening, so it is suited for camera. Figure 12, a convergent or positive lens. Convergent or positive lens focuses light's rays to converge at a single point, useful for magnifying and capturing detailed images of forensic evidence. Next is the divergent or negative lens. Divergent or negative lens cause light rays to diverge, often used to correct aberrations and enhance image clarity in forensic photography. Next is the diagram of a Kodak Ektar lens with a several lens component. Shows the arrangement of the lens elements within the Kodak Ektar lens, illustrating how it corrects distortions and aberrations to produce high-quality forensic images with accurate detail and minimal artifacts. A lens is a transparent medium which either converge or diverge light rays passing through it to form an image. So lens muna siya katong pinaka main kuan pod sa camera, pinaka most important pod na part sa camera. So two types of lenses, the convergent or positive or the convergent of positive or convex lens, a lens that is always thicker at the center and thinner at the sides. Next is the divergent, negative or concave lens, a lens that is always thinner at the center and thicker at the side. So, alternate silang dua. That's all. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Meros Omar, the second reporter of Group 4. So my topic is inherent lens defects of operation. The ideal lens for forensic photography would be capable of producing critical, sharp and distortion-free image. So in forensic photography, we need to be wise in using lenses so that we can produce a distortion-free image that we can use as evidence in the trial or in the court. So there are some lenses that are unfit for preparation of photographic evidence because they have optical defects known as aberration. So what is aberration? So aberration is like kind of lens defects on the picture. So there are there are types of aberration. So the first one is the spherical aberration. Spherical aberration is when the light passing through near the central part of the converging lens are bended more sharply than those rays falling in the edge. Thus, the rays coming from the edge are focused on the plane nearer the lens than those coming from the central part. So when in forensic photography, when you encounter this kind of aberration, the result of the image would be blurred so that your evidence can can be unfit for the preparation of photographic evidence in the court, like it can be void. So so you can see the image example image of the spherical aberration in the screen. The second one is coma. Another form of the spherical aberration but is concerned with the light rays entering the lens obliquely. The defects are not noticeable only on the outer edges and not on the central part of the lens. If the lens has coma, circular objects are produced at the corners of the negative and are comet-like form. Like if your lens has coma, it can produce the image kind of central central of central of that can cause that image of reshaping. Like dili na siya maporma sa iyahang original form if original form original form to the picture kay reshape na siya. So just like the spherical aberration, it produced combination of lens and different curvature. So as you can see in the screen, there's a comma aberration image. So mao na siya ang comma aberration image. So let's proceed. So the third one is the curvature of film. This kind of defects where the image formed by a lens comes to the sharper focus of the curved surface than a flat surface. In the correction of these defects is similar to the spherical aberration and coma. So same ra siya sa katong sa coma o sa spherical aberration. So Below, mauna siyang field curvature aberration. So, na siya image. The fourth one is the distortion. Is the incapable of rendering straight lines correctly, either horizontal or vertical lines of an object. It is caused by the placement of the diaphragm. So if the diaphragm is placed in the front of the lens, so the straight lines near at the edge of the object tend to bulge outside kanang mudako. So this is known as the barrel distortion. So if the diaphragm is placed behind the lens, the straight lines near at the edge will be bent inward like muduol siya ang panlantaw. So this is known as the pincushion distortion. So distortion is remedied by placing the diaphragm in between the lens component, and the two opposite distortion will be neutralized. So these are the picture of the two distortion, the barrel and the pincushion. Like in the barrel, like itong akong gingon well ago, like mo spread, like mo dako siya mo bulge. Then sa pincushion kay kana mo inward. So the fifth is the chromatic aberration. Chromatic aberration is this defect is the inability of the lens to bring photographic rays of the different wavelengths to the same focus. So ultraviolet bend the most, while infrared are bent the less when they pass through the lens. So ang ultraviolet when mo pass through the lens kay mo ma-change siya og most compared to the infrared. So in chromatic aberration, visible light comes to the focus at varying distance. This defect is reduced by utilizing compound lenses made up the single lens made up of glass of different curvature. So this is the picture of chromatic aberration. You can see in the screen. So let's proceed. So the next one is astigmatism. Astigmatism is a single point from the subject falling near at the margin of the negative will be imaged not as a point but as two perpendicular lines, one of which is always be out of focus while the other one is sharp. So this defect is lessened by combining lenses of special kind of glass having the correct combination of spherical surfaces. So this is the example of astigmatism aberration. It causing the separation between the horizontal and vertical focus points. So the next one is the chromatic difference of magnification. This defect is present when the size of the image produced by the photographic rays of one wavelength is different from the size produced by another. Size of the image increase as the wavelength of the rays decrease. So mo increase ang size sa image if the wavelength mo decrease, like mo zoom ang object o sa ka-object. So in color photography, it produces a rainbow-colored fringes around the edges of objects, while in the black and white photography, it appears as slight blue. So slight blue daw siya compared to the colored kay mo rainbow. So most of chromatic difference of magnification cannot be it cannot be eliminated, but each one of them can be reduced to the level that is truth-bearing quality for evidence use is legally accepted if legal siyang i-accept sa court for evidence purposes. So let's move forward to the types of lenses as according to their degree of correction to this lens aberration. So the first is achromatic lens. So is corrected for chromatic aberration. So when you use this lens, it can ma-correct niya ang chromatic aberration. So as you can see in the screen, na siya picture. So maana siya nga type na lens. So the next one is the rapid reticular lens. So this lens is corrected for distortion. So maana siya imong gamiton to correct distortion of the picture, like this type of lens. So the next one is the anastigmat lens. So this lens is corrected for astigmatism as well as the other lens defects. So mao siya imong gamiton nga to reduce the astigmatism of your lenses. So as you can see in the picture, like mao siya. So the next one is the last one kay the aprochromat lens. So this is corrected for astigmatism but higher degree of correction to color. So same siya sa katong anastigmat lens, but this aprochromat lens is kanang higher degree na siya compared to the anastigmat lens. Like i-correct ang correction of the color of the images. To the focal length. So what is focal length? It is the fundamental characteristic of a lens is its focal length. Determine the size of an image of an object, a given distance, and an area of coverage of the lens. It also the distance measured from the optical center of the lens to the film plane when the lens is set or focused at the infinity position or far distance. So the focal length kay mao ni siya ang mo-determine sa size sa image or sa evidence if you photograph it, like the distance from the camera to the object and the area. So mao ni siya. And also the measure of the object or the evidence you captured. In the next slide you can see the length of the length of focal length. So mana siya. So kanang working distance, focal length. So what is focal distance? So it is the distance measured from the optical center of the lens to the film plane. So mana siya. Then let's move on to types of lenses according to the focal length. So the first one is the wide angle lens. a lens with a focal length of less than the diagonal of its negative material. This lens will have a wide area of coverage but produces a small image size. This is usually used in taking pictures indoor or outside a small room. It is also used outdoor to get panoramic view of scene. So it is so useful to the officer or to the investigating team to capture the overview of the crime scene. So this wide can capture the wide coverage, so it is so useful. So mao na siya kanang in below mao na siya example sa mga wide lens nga lenses. So the second one is the normal lens. So it is a lens with a focal length approximately equal or more but not more than twice the diagonal of its negative material. It is referred to the normal because its coverage corresponding to nearly the coverage of human eye. So useful po din siya ang normal lens because it uses to capture the evidence, like in the murder case you can capture the knife and other stuff of evidences. So it is so useful because you can capture the normal sized or normal sized of a object in the crime scene. So the next one is the telephoto lens. So it is a lens with a focal length of more than twice the diagonal of its negative material. This lens produces a bigger image of object far from the distance but its area of coverage is smaller. So mano siya example sa telephoto lens kanang slalom. So it can produce the bigger image while the image is far away from your distance. So mao na siya same ra ni siya sa zoom lens. So the next one is the zoom lens. So it is the lens with the variable focal point. The focal point of a lens is normally indicated in the lens mount or barrel of the camera. It usually in the millimeter or mm or in centimeter. So below is the example of zoom lens. Then it can the same ratio sa katong telephoto lens, like mo zoom, but in zoom lens kay kanang siyang mas variable. So that's all and thank you.
Lens diaphragm. In between the lens component of a camera is a metal diaphragm which can be expanded or constricted by moving a turning ring on the lens mount or barrel. Each F number represents the ratio of the focal length of the lens and the diameter of the opening. Common series of F numbers are 1.8, 2, 2.8, 4, 5.6, 8, 11, 16, and 12. F numbers indicate in succession decrease by 1/2 in light intensity as the number increases. This means that an aperture of f1.8 will admit twice more light than f2 and so on. This is an example of lens diaphragm. As you can see in the picture, na siya'y lain-lain nga numbers, and each number represents the ratio of the focal length sa lens and the diameter of the opening sa lens. Diaphragm as controller of speed. The diaphragm serves as a speed throttle. In the series of numbers, the lowest number in the widest opening of the one that give the most amount of light, and conversely, the highest number is the smallest opening or the one that give the least amount of light. So, sa diaphragm as controller of speed, ang pinakagamay nga number is the widest opening, and naghatag siya og most amount of light, and sa pinakataas pud nga number is the smallest opening, and siya ang naghatag sa least amount of light. Diaphragm as controller of depth of field. Depth of field is defined as the distance between the nearest and the farthest object in apparent sharp focus when the lens is set or focused a given distance. There are influencing factors of depth of field. First is the size of the diaphragm opening. The general rule governing these factors is the smaller the opening, the longer is the depth of field. Conversely, the wider is the opening, the shorter is the depth of field. So it means na if smaller ang iyang opening is longer ang iyang distance from the nearest to farthest object, and if wider ang iyang opening is shorter ang iyang distance from nearest to farthest object. The second one is the focal length of the lens. The general rule is the shorter the focal length, the wider or longer is the depth of field, and vice versa. The longer is the focal length, the shorter is the depth of field. So, sa focal length of the lens is, if the shorter the focal length is mas lapad and taas ang iyang distance between the nearest to farthest object, and if longer ang iyang focal length is shorter ang iyang distance between the nearest to farthest object. Third is circle of confusion. Another factor that affects depth of field is the size of the circle of confusion, which is considered acceptable. Circle of confusion refers to a small circle which is seen by the eye not as a circle but a dot or point. So this is an example of circle of confusion. The fourth one is hyperfocal distance. This is the nearest distance at which a lens is focused with a given particular diaphragm opening, which will give the maximum depth of field. So in hyperfocal distance, mao ni siya ang pinakaduol nga distance at which ang lens is focused with a given particular diaphragm opening, and naghatag siya og maximum depth of field, or and the distance between the nearest to the furthest object. Diaphragm as controller of definition. This term definition is the ability of the lens to form clear images of fine detail. All practical lenses image such as point as a smaller blur which changes in character with the changes of lens aperture. Decreasing the lens aperture improves definition as it removes the small amount of haze caused by the residual aberrations. J. Photographic perspective and correct viewing distance. The relations of these objects or perspective and therefore the naturalness of the photograph are determined by the position of the camera. The correct viewing distance, which likewise gives the correct perspective, corresponds to the focal length of the lens of the camera when a contract print of the negative is made. Enlarged photographs require a viewing distance equal to the camera focal length times or multiplied by the number of diameter or degree of enlargement of the photographs. So sa photographic perspective and correct viewing distance is nag-base ang naturalness of the photograph sa position sa camera. If correct ang viewing distance and position sa camera is maghatag siya og correct perspective corresponds to the focal length of the lens. Focusing. Focusing is defined as the setting of the proper distance in order to form a sharp image. Focusing is the main factor that will determine the sharpness of the images on a photograph. So this is an example of focusing. As you can see in the picture, na ay duha ka object, which is the elephant and the zebra, and ang camera is naga-focus siya sa zebra. Methods of focusing: scale bed or focusing scale. On the amount or barrel of the camera lens, there are two sets of preset distance expressed in feet and in meters. This is scale bed or focusing scale. These distances corresponds to the distance from the camera lens to the subject. So in the amount or barrel of the camera lens, there are two sets of presettled distance, which is in feet and in meters. So gitawag ni siya og scale bed or focusing scale. So this distance is nag-correspond siya sa distance from the camera lens to the subject. Rangefinders. A rangefinder is a mechanism used to measure the angle of convergence of light as seen from two apertures or opening but viewed at the same time. In modern cameras, the rangefinder is coupled with the viewfinder. There are two types of rangefinders. The first one is the split image. This method of focusing is standard in single lens reflex camera. Since the viewing and focusing is made from light rays passing through the lens, it is not affected by the problem of parallax. So this is an example of split image. As you can see in the picture, sa pika side niya is dark or gitgit and the sa pika side is hayag. This is because of the light rays passing through the lens. And the second one is coincident image. This method of focusing is usually used on compact cameras with a fixed lens, which this type, when you look into the viewfinder, you'll notice a rectangular on the other cameras. It's circle on the upper left portion of the viewfinder. So this is an example of coincident image. So as you can see in the picture, naaray usa ka subject, which is ang babay nga galakaw, and it is because wala siya naka-focus. So mura nagduha ang subject because of the background. Ground glass. This method of focusing is accomplished by the direct observation of the image of the subject on a glass with finely grounded surface known as ground glass. So this is an example of ground glass.
Depth of focus or focal range. When a lens is focused on any given subject, there is one lens to film distance where the image is sharpens. As the lens is moved to the film or farther away from the film, the sharpness decreases. There is a small range of movement on either side of the position of the best focus in which the degree of unsharpness is acceptable, and total range is called the depth of focus. Pag-focus nimo sa duol sa camera, mohayag or tin-aw siya or sharpens ang iyang image. Pero pag palayan nimo or ma-change distance sa camera, ma-blurred siya or medyo ma-decrease ang sharpness. Just like this picture makipakita ninyo. Mao ni siya ma-split yung camera pag ipalayo ninyo pinaayo. Next is parallax. Parallax is a change of appearance and orientation of the object when seen from two viewpoints. It is also used to refer to the distance between the viewpoints themselves. Human vision of depth depends on parallax. Each eye see object from two viewpoints about 65 mm to 1/2 inches apart. The left and right image on the retinal have parallax, that is, they are not identical. A wide angle shot can reach even better a choice for slow movement due to the distortion of lens when filming with a wide field of view. Being close to the foreground subject is more often more efficient than putting too much distance between camera and subject. Next is shutters. A shutter is a device that opens and uncovers the film to make an exposure for an accurate time interval, then close automatically. Most shutters are spring powered and are controlled by mechanical leakage. However, an ever increasing number of modern cameras now use a shutter with electrical circuit to energize electromagnetics for to control the speeds. The action of the control of the shutter is expressed in different shutter speed, which correspond to the length or duration of the opening or the closing of the shutter. The B shutter setting is an exposure setting for more 1 second. One is for 1 second, two is for 1/2 second, four is for 1/4 of second, and all succeeding numbers are also fraction of seconds. Since except for B and 1 all numbers are fractions of each seconds, the high number is faster and shutter speed and will admit less light, and lower number the slower is shutter speed and will admit more light. Two types of shutter: between the lens or central shutter. The shutter is located in the between the lens component. It is made of metal blades. Its action starts from the center toward the sides and closes back to the center. This type of shutter can be synchronized with a flash unit every shutter speed. Katuning sa katuning sa camera nga pag flash nimo makuha siya tong picture sa wala mo clear yan pagkuha sa camera. Next is focal plane shutter. This shutter is located directly in front of the film or any focal plane. It is usually made of cloth or metal curtain. Its action starts from one-sided and closes on the opposite side. This type of shutter can give a faster shutter speed than the between the lens shutter. Kato ning shutter nga katong focal plane shutter kato ning murag little metal curtain nga box sa porma isulod sa camera nga para siya video clip nga para kita kana sa video sa mga sinihan murag inana iya porma. Next is P exposure. Exposure is the action of recording radiant energy that produces a change on a material substance sensitive to such energy. In conventional photography material, the action of the exposing energy reduces or breaks down the silver halide sufficiently to produce latent, invisible record of the pattern of light intensity, or in the case of printing materials, a visible record. Kaning exposure is the measure is the amount of light falling on a subject or an amount of light emitted or reflected by a subject. Same sa picture nga na three exposure effects. One is underexposed, is dark iyang pagkakuha sa picture, and two is kanang correctly exposed kani may tinang ako dili pud blurred, and kani katulo overexposed, too much brightness pixel the image. Manang tulo ka kon sa exposure, tulo ka tulo ka tulo ka kanang effects nga pagkuha sa picture. Next is calculating film exposure. Exposure there is therefore subjective, and errors in calculating could result in either exposure or underexposure. One good rule in judging proper exposure is the presence of visibility of detail of the subject not only in the middle tones but also in highlight in the area shadows. Lightning exposure, calculating film exposure is ito ni mga itong dimension na ako before nga kuan katong sa two types of shutters katong focal length shutter inato na siya forma ang kaning calculating film exposure nga gagmay nga small nga warag clip isulod sa camera nga warag katong video. Next is a simple rule provides a universal exposure guide for color and black and white film are based on the following factors: film speed, lighting condition, type of subject. A film speed is a commonly referred to as a film's ISO rating, with the most common film speed being ISO 400, ISO 200, and ISO 100. Any lighting condition is a light source, natural or artificial, o giyon sa pagkuha ang position of light sa subject. Type of subject kani nga focus sa image or subject, like sa iro dira ga focus sa pagkuha nga chaktong picture sa picture sa iro nga matinaw siya kuha. Next is bracketing. This technique is used with exposure calculating that will give a desired result in uncertain, make several exposure or less than and more than the calculated exposure by 2 or 4 shots each. Ito na yung only base ganyan nga sa itong sa exposure nga taglaylay sila kung sa light out sa lightning sa film speed, lightning condition o sa type of subject. Ina nila pakakuha nga dark, light, and mo siya gamay. Next sa bracketing is exposure meter. Photographic exposure meter measures light intensity and have calculator or computer to find the camera setting that will produce good exposure. The exposure calculators are mechanically devised or sets of reference tables from which exposure data can be obtained on observed subject and lighting condition. The heart of the meter is light cell made of. Kini siya nga katuning mo sa light meter nga makuha nimo basa ka mo tong highlight sa kon kayo sa kon camera or sa light meter tawagan na. Ang kaning exposure meters calculate the good exposure kakuha sa chaktong brightness sa camera. Cilium SE cells, cadmium sulfide CDS cell, silicon Si blue cell, gallium arsenic phosphorus cell. Kaning cilium Se cell is a metal surface metal, usually gold or platinum. Gamit siya ay light meter in photography. Cadmium sulfide CDS cell, large area photo resistor made by disposing doped cadmium sulfide on ceramic substrate. Silicon Si blue cell is electronic properties, optical properties, their thermal properties, and mechanical as well as environmental properties. Gallium arsenic phosphoric cell is a device such as infrared emitting diodes, laser diodes, and integrated circuit and microwave frequency. Unay ko sa exposure light, ang paggagama sa exposure light anang the heart of meter sa iyang light cell. Next is proper exposure with the use of an exposure meter is done by incident light meter reading the illuminator from a source of or sources onto scene or subject measured. Pagkakuha ni sa light, accident light, like stolen picture, makuha nimo ang picture sa kahayag sa camera ng picture nimo sa pakalit na kuha nimo ang spotting na highlight niya. B. Reflected light meter reading from an 18% gray card held at the subject position or area from the key subject area light skin. Pare ni sa light meter reading. Before ang i-explain ang exposure meter. Based ra ni siya sa example. Katuraning dara ka mo kuwag check mo ko highlight sa light meter kung ako ano highlight sa ka mo picture sa imong self or line sa kanang subject na imong ganahan. Next, existing light is also called ambient light or available photography. This is the taking of photographs using only the light that happens to the scene. This could be from natural light source from window doors, skylight, and twilight light, or after dark, or from artificial light source like table lamps, ceiling fixtures, lights, spotlights, neon lights, candle, fireplace, bonfire, etc. Kani nga photography same siya sa movie na sunset or kanang kuha kag pinaka realistic na pagkakuha sa camera. Manang itawag siya nga ambient light na existing light na pinaka realistic ang pagkuha sa picture. And lastly, flash photography. Beam of light produced by burning metal wires, flash bulb, or an electric discharge through a glass-filled tube. Electronic flash is common supplement light or a still photography. A flash unit offers a great light output in compact, lightweight, and economical form. The exception of this arrangement of attaching the flash unit directly to the camera is when open flash or painting with light technique is used. When more than one flash unit is needed, a remote or slave unit use. These multiple electronic flash units can be synchronized by photosensitive switches that is respond instantaneously to light from the main light. Kaning flash photography is kaning nga flash kato ni magamit mo to sa when mo picture ta or when mo picture ka or picture sa crime scene gamit pud na siya sa suko or sa forensic photography when kung naay crime scene nga nahitabo and pa-picture po sa evidence mo na magamit nato sa flash photography. Dara nato magamit ang flash photography sa mga suko sa or makuha ta picture sa evidence. So, marat ako. Thank you and salamat for listening.
Good day everyone, my name is Ayan J. Miramon Alba. So my topic is all about exposure with flash, on camera flash, off camera flash, and the umbrella flash. So exposure with flash. There are two types of exposure with flash. Next. So number one, the shutter speed. The flash and the shutter are usually synchronized. Synchronization is the timing of the camera shutter that the flash so that when the shutter is fully opened, that's the time that the flash will yield its highest peaks of illumination. So, camera shutter and the flash is dapat sabay dyan na sila. And shutter speed, it is the length of time that the digital sensor inside the camera or katong called the film is na-expose sa light when taking a photo or photograph. If shorter ang exposure sa digital sensor sa light, then dili siya kay clear. Then if longer ang exposure sa digital sensor sa light, then mas clear siya. You can see it in the slide na mas blur ning mas dali na expose sa light, then mas clear ning mas longer na expose sa light. Then next is the lens opening. Flash exposure may be computed by the use of the guide number of a flash unit. A guide number is usually depend on the film speed and the light output. Reflected light output of the unit based on the beam candle power second (ECPS) or effective candle power second seconds ECPS. The guide numbers of the different film speed and the output of the electronic flash unit is usually found on a reference table at the back of the flash unit. So mauni ang formula pod sa guide number over distance in feet equals to F number. So what is lens opening? Lens opening is the what we call aperture opening. Muna siya ang nasa sa kanang image nga makita ninyo sa slide. So kanang nasa center mo na siya ang aperture, kanang hole. So aperture or lens opening, it is the opening through which light passes into the camera. So wider the opening, the more light can reach camera sensor. So mo to giingon ganiya camera sensor or digital sensor. Aperture daw is the opening through pasulod sa light, diha mo sulod ang light pasulod sa camera sensor or the digital sensor. On camera flash, flash of the camera or held close to the camera with a bracket provides a direct hard light because it puts the maximum level of light on the subject. It creates a problem of the red eye in a human subject, harsh shadow or subject with a near background, and reflections from a shiny spot in the background. So on camera flash, you can see in the slide nga kanang naay camera ang tao and direct ra siya nga naa sa camera ang flash. Mao na siya ang on camera flash, and dako kay disadvantage ning on camera flash kay you can see nga naa sa slide doses of mga problems like red eye in human. Yan man na may tabo ka nang sa mga picture then i-on nimong flash, then pag human makapture nimo kay pula ang mata sa tao. Advantage niya ni pod kay kanang sa mga ngit-ngit kanang need jud nimo og light para maklaro ang usa ka object. That's the time na mogamit jud ka og on camera flash. So next is the off camera flash. The flash can be moved away from the camera at arm's length or more. When the flash unit is used in this manner, the photographer can improve effectiveness of the flash lighting like. So off-camera flash, it is essential when you don't have enough natural light in the scene. In off-camera flash, it uses artificial light. Wala na gigamit og natural light like sun to improve photographs. And also sa off-camera flash, layo ni siya sa camera like arm's length or more, mas taas siya, mas layo siya sa camera. Ang katong sa on camera is naa siya sa camera jud ang flash, but kani sa off camera is layo siya, wala siya sa doon sa camera. And next ang kaning mga under sa off camera flash. First is the multiple flash. So more than one flash unit is used. One is connected to the camera with a flash cord while the other is attached to a slave unit. So here sa multiple flash is naa siya katong slave unit. Ang katong slave unit is katong mga other flashes na siya nga connected sa murag main dire nga kanang once nga so you can see in the slide man na i-picture diha nga once nga i-capture na gani sa photographer, then mo flash to, and pag flash ato mo sunod po tong katong mga slave unit. Mao na siya ang sa multiple flash. And next is the number 2, fill up flash. When you want to eliminate is use elimination to shadow areas or subject to detail that otherwise will not appear clearly in the final picture. So fill up flash, you can see in the picture kaning no flash of fill flash. Ang no flash is mas daghan siyang shadows or kaning daghang dili klaro ba. In the fill flash kay mas clear siya, mas hayag ang mapudo sa fill flash. Number 3, open flash. The shutter speed is set at B, and once the shutter is opened, the flash is activated or fired, released manually, then the shutter is released or closed. So open flash, open flash is the shutter is naka-open lang and the flashes is naka-fired towards the object or kung saan subject dito naka-atubang. And here's the kaning image nara sa screen tawara. Painting with light. Flash unit is moved place to place, fired manually until all areas of the scene or large subject are fully illuminated and the shutter is released or closed. It is used in photographing a stadium or in night photography, and the subject is big building or an open field with little or no other source of illumination. So painting with light, same rin sila sa open flash. Ang kalayan rani kay gamit ni siya og light. So pagkangan lang painting with light. So mao ni ang image sa painting with light. So daghan naman ga buhat ingana. Next is the bounce flash. Instead of the lighting going directly to the subject, it is bounced on light color ceiling or walls near to the subject. This will give a softer effect on the subject and also diminish or reduce harsh shadow that will casted by the subject. So here in bounce flash, the light is not directly gi-flash sa tawo kundili gi paagi siya og wall. Ang makita ninyo sa slide nga na image diha nga gipa banda sa siya sa taas ceiling, then goes sa subject or sa tawo nga gi-picturean. So mao na siya ang bounce flash. So purpose ani kay para mas softer ang effects and matangtang tong mga harsh shadows. So mao na siya ang sa bounce flash. And next is the umbrella flash. It is a modified type of bounce flash by using an umbrella lined with silver, white, blue, or amber color, especially made for photography. The flash is mounted on the handle of the umbrella aimed at its inside center. The inside center is then aimed toward the subject. So umbrella flash, daghan na nakabalo ani, di ba, ng mga for example kanang naay mga photoshoot, di ba, naay ngana. So umbrella flash is kaning ang light niya is naa sa iyang handle. Makita naman sa image niya nga naa handle iyang light. Then ang katong umbrella is naka silbi naka atubang na siya sa subject nga igan sa light. That's why mo banda sa umbrella ang light gikan diri sa center, then mo padulong pod sa subject, and that's the umbrella flash. And mao ra to akong topic. Thank you everyone.
Good day everyone, my name is Dustin Diputado. I am the last reporter for Group 4 and I am here to continue the report. So, ring flash. This is a round or circular flash usually placed around the outer end of the camera lens. So, this is used for taking up close-up or macro photography, especially in medical field. So as you can see, there is a left picture. Kanang atubangan sa lens kanang puti nag circle gani. Dira nimo makita ang ring, dira mo na ring flash. Gamit kay na siya pang macro na photography kanang dugol kanang sa para sa right side kanang bay ga picture anang evidence nya ngit kailangan guna siya ring flash para makita gud ang evidence. So gamit yung kaining kuan ring flash sa forensic photography. So next is reciprocity law failure. It states that intensity of illumination falling on the film's times the equal time equals the amount of exposure. It applies to most black and white films. Exposure time for 1 to 5 seconds to 1 to 1000 seconds. The word failure is the connection does not imply shortcoming of the film, but reciprocity law does not hold for very short or very long exposure time. For this, merely the extra exposure it needed to obtain correct exposure. So in short, kaning reciprocity law of failure kay kanang na sobrag kahayag na expose gid siya kanang then matimingan nimo picture makita nimo na black and white ang picture like this photo. This is an example of reciprocity law failure. Kay tungod aning nganong black and white ning picture kay na sobrang kahayag nga na picture na sobrang ka expose. So mauna siya ang reciprocity law failure. So next is photographic filters. There are two types of filters used in photography. The first one is optical filter and the second is particle or solution filter. So ang optical filters are made of either glass or acetate. Optical filters are used primarily to control exposing energy like visible wavelength, ultraviolet, and infrared rays, and the composition of working illumination in areas where sanitized materials are handled. So in the bottom left picture is the optical filters. So sila mo control sa exposing energy. So in the right side is the example of how to use the filter. Like here they use the green filter to expose the fingerprint. No, klaro kay ang details sa fingerprint. So next is particle or solution filter. It is used in special photographic procedure like in infrared illuminescence. Most pictures are taken by white lights falling on a colored object. Very few things in the nature are truly neutral. White lights is the sum of total of all colors of the rainbow. While black is the absence of all colors. For the purpose, we considered white lights as composed of the three primary light colors, blue, green, and red. When one or two of these colors is subtracted or absorbed, we see the remaining color. Important things you need to remember is subtraction is the key to understanding of photographic filters. They always subtract some of the lights reflected from the scene before the light reaches the film in the camera. So, importante ng subtraction sa pag-picture nimo. Kay kung grabe ra kayong kahayag, pwede nimo ma-subtract by using camera filters. So, and the next is colored filters. Works in such a way that it will transmit its own colors and absorb all other colors, or a colorless filter will transmit visible light and absorb specific radiant energy like ultraviolet. So you need to remember that color filter is way to absorb colors. Next is filter factor. You need to remember that a filter prevents or subtracts some portions of the exposing energy from reaching the film's. Exposure must be increased in order to obtain proper result. So it is important to remember that ang filter kay siya gunay mo prevent or subtract sa mga kuan exposing energy. So kung grabe ra pug kaayo ka baga imong filter, di na naman makita ang kuan ang imong gi picture or gi film. So you need to remember that the filter factor. So next is the types of filters. Light balancing filter is a filter used to change the color quality of the exposing light in order to secure proper color balance for artificial light films. So magamit nimo ang light balancing filters sa mga artificial lights para anang like kanang na photo shoot. Grabe ra kayo ang lights, magamit nimo ang light balancing filter para secure ang balance sa photo sa exposing lights. So the next is color compensating filter. They use to change the overall color balance of the photographic result obtained with color films and to compensate with deficiencies in the quality of exposing energy. So ang color compensating filter is magamit nimo siya kung mabantayan nimo na ang imong gipicturan kay lacking of colors. So magamit nimo para mo gawas gud ang color sa kuan sa photo. So next is neutral density filter. This filter is used when light is too bright to allow the use of desired number or shutter speed with a particular film. So ang neutral density filter magamit nimo siya sa when makabalo ka na grabe ra kayo ang kahayag, magamit nimo para neutralize ang picture. So next is polarizing filter. Is used to reduce or minimize reflection on subjects like water, glass, and highly polished surfaces. So as you can see in the picture below on the right side, you can see that it is not polarized kay makita nimo ang reflection gyapon sa kuan sa sa kanang shiny pa siya, and the after is the left side na polarized na siya, dili na nimo makita ang reflection sa kuan sa tubig. Special applications of filter. Filter can be used to introduce deliberate departures from normal color balance, either to enhance a particular color for mood or preference of the photographer. So magamit nimo ang filter to kuan to either enhance a particular color for mood or to balance the color. And next is for critical work with films that are not ordinary, like infrared rays or in ultraviolet fluorescent method. So magamit nimo ang filter para kanang nasubran ka hayag, magamit nimo for kuan to neutralize the colors. So next is to correct undesirable overall tint of color, especially in color positive film or transparency. And the next is to modify the color balance or transparency which shows overall tint. So to magamit nimang filter to balance light sources used in color printing and to compensate for particular absorption, like in taking photograph under water or through tinted windows. So these are the applications for filters to be used. So the last one is camera care. Most modern cameras are designed to give a long-term service. You can add to its service by handling them carefully and taking care of your equipment properly. So here are some useful tips in order to care for your camera. So number one is to keep it clean and always dry. So you need to remember that the camera body is made up of metal parts and it's subjected to rust or corrosion. So metal man ang camera, body sa camera, so it is prone to rust, dali mataya. You need to keep it out of water, especially sea or salt water. So kana mo ang salt water kay mo manggunay mo taya dayon. So when using it during rains or at sea, protect it by placing it in a plastic bag or cover. Should you accidentally drop it in water, dry it immediately by wiping the water with absorbent materials, then with clean warm air. So if you drop your camera, you need to dalion nimo trapo parang di mataya, then kailangan nimo pa hanginan o warm na air. If it is in a sea or salt water, rinse it first with fresh or tap water before drying it thoroughly. So you need to, if you drop it in salt water, you need to rinse it first with fresh water para mawala mawala ang salt kay dali man na taya kung napay salt water, because it is probably of moisture because of the probability of moisture in its small nooks and crevices. It is advised that you bring it to a reputable camera repairman. So you need to if you drop it in water, you need to go to the repairman. If not, guba imong camera. Number 2 is having a clean kit with these simple items. So you need to always carry these items when you're out taking films or photographing. So number 1 is bristle brush. It is used for sa external sa camera. dili sa lens kay dali man na makuan ma scratch. So kung abog sa camera imong kanon you use the bristle brush. So next is soft camera hairbrush. It is used for the camera lens kay humok raman ang brush camera hairbrush humok raman siya di ramon kay kuan. Pwede nimo ma-wipe ang lens kung abog magamit ni kung abog ang lens. So next is camera case. You need to put case in your camera in case ma-attack nimo siya, parang dili kay ma-damage ang camera, ma-protect siya. And next is camera bag. So you need to have a camera bag para ma-store nimo ang imong camera neatly, then ma-protect pud ang camera. So and the last one is silica gel. So kanang silica gel kay mao man ay mo-absorb of moisture gan. So you need to always put it in sa bag para mo kung paghuman nimo gamit sa camera, kung naay moisture ma-absorb sa silica gel. That's all, and thank you for listening.